The Sinister Six, probably the most iconic team of supervillains, has been a topic of discussion for years, with significant build-up for a potential appearance in movies. We were even on the brink of witnessing a full Sinister Six in Spider-Man No Way Home, but let's be real. The main reason we adore them is because the villains in the team are usually cool. Now, I'll be upfront. This might not bode well for my own series, considering the Sinister Six was a pivotal event for the final season. However, based on my experience, writing the Sinister Six as a serious threat or even a cohesive team is incredibly challenging, and honestly, I kinda understand now why they never fully made it to the big screen. Is it impossible to achieve? Probably not. Is it worthwhile? Probably not. Seeing Spider-Man confront his 6 biggest foes is undeniably thrilling, yet more often than not, two things occur. First, he battles them individually, which looks cool, but when they do team up for a long time, this is where the second issue comes in. Spider-Man defeats them, but they're already defeated before he defeats them. Not every comic follows this. Sometimes Spidey triumphs solo while the team functions cohesively, usually in an alternate universe, not really in 616, but you know, that's besides the point. But the usual scenario involves their egos leading to implosion. While that's acceptable in comics, it makes it incredibly tough to take them seriously. Additionally, it's kinda a useless team up. We've seen individual members of the Sinister Six capable of challenging and defeating Spider-Man on their own, yet as a group, they're virtually ineffective. I understand why many will disagree, and honestly, please share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe you will even sway my opinion away from this topic. But currently, it seems people perceive the Sinister Six as one of those grandiose images, like the one where Spider-Man is on the roof and the Sinister Six are behind him and he's like crawling away, or that one where he's on the side of a building and the Sinister Six is like around him. And those images kind of sway our opinion to think they're cooler than they actually are, when in reality, they're just a group of incompetent idiots unable to cooperate. Remember the 5 villains in No Way Home? Lizard and Sandman were practically non-characters, especially Lizard. Doc Ock switched sides midway, which lined up with his character. Electro was just being Electro, which didn't line up with his character. And Green Goblin took center stage, and the villains were never really a team, because having them as a team would have muddled the narrative. At least in No Way Home's case, each character pursued their own goal, except for Lizard. He was kind of just there. And by allowing them to have their own goals, you're able to give them more character growth in the story. Whereas if they were just one group, they'd all have to follow a similar path. The Sinister Six, as depicted in many comics, share a common goal: defeat Spider-Man. They unite because they believe Spider-Man is no match for 6 villains and that they can get away with anything. However, their egos prevent them from cooperating despite their shared goal. Seriously? This guy has been defeating you since he was 15 years old, and you can't even collaborate once to kill him. And when you do cooperate, you mysteriously lack the strength to finish the job. Vulture almost killed him in a really poorly written comic. Kraven shot him, Doc Ock took over his body, and yet when they unite, all that potential for them to be serious characters disappears. In conclusion, before you comment, it ain't that serious, it's just comics, bro. I agree, it's not that serious. However, I wanted to initiate this conversation because I believe we as Spidey fans often think the same, almost like a hive mind. While I find the Sinister Six a cool concept more often than not, they're treated as the ultimate path for Spider-Man, the ultimate team up to defeat Spider-Man and give him the biggest challenge he's ever had, which might not be entirely accurate. Admittedly, I'm a bit of a hypocrite since I've done the same, but once I delve into writing them, I realized they're not as exceptional as we portray them. They're kind of a tad bit overhyped. Oh, and if this video upsets you, just wait until I delve into the topic of the symbiote. Alright, that's it. Bye!